is Twickenham, a leafy suburb of southwest London. This two-bedroom house is home to business developer Alan Prescott, his wife Louisa, their son Baxter and their dog Grace.
We've lived in this particular house for 5 years.
And this house is fantastic. We wouldn't change it at all, but it's tiny. Oh, thank you. You're going to give it to Mummy? Baxter's bedroom is my office. If there's an important conference call I need to be on, he could get kicked out of his bedroom. He's not allowed his afternoon sleep. We are just falling out of this place.
Yeah, it's really bursting at the seams, so we really need a bigger place.
Then one day they noticed a house was for sale on the same street.
This property came up and it had a sign outside saying 3 bedrooms, so we were like, perfect, weren't we? And we literally got on the phone straight away. And then on the Saturday, the offer got accepted.
It was ours, give or take.
Wasting no time, they bought the house for £478,000.
We really wanted to do a whole renovation on the property, and the most important thing is to convert the loft so that we've got a 4th bedroom.
Sounds simple, but there's one particular hurdle which needs to be overcome.
We can't live in the new property while the work's being completed, because this isn't just a standard loft conversion. Due to the amount of pitch that there is in the roof, we're going to have to take the ceilings out on the first floor and put in new floorboards, which makes the whole living conditions impossible, really.
But the biggest expense is paying those 2 mortgages at the same time.
So Alan and Louisa are against the clock with their loft conversion, as every day they're delayed costs them more money. With time pressing, I want to get to know a little bit more about their plans.
Alan.
Hello, is it Johnny?
It is, yeah. How are you?
Very good. Come on in.
Thank you. So first of all, let's get this right. This isn't the house that you're converting?
No. We've bought a property about 30 doors down the road that we're going to be actually converting.
So, I mean, it's a 3-bedroom house.
3-bedroom house.
What are you getting out of the top floor now, then?
A whole new bedroom.
Right.
With an ensuite.
Nice.
And a walk-in wardrobe.
Oh, every lady loves a walk-in wardrobe.
That was essential.
Yeah.
Now, Louisa, it's not just a standard loft conversion. I understand there's an issue with the roof height.
Yeah, we're going to be having to lower the ceilings.
OK, so you couldn't just raise the roof, then?
No, you can't go above the plane of the roof or the roof line of neighbouring properties or adjacent properties, or
makes sense.
Especially with a terrace. So the only option
is to go down.
Is to go down, yes, to lower the ceilings.
How long have the builders said they'll need?
It's longer than a normal loft conversion, obviously, because there's a lot more work involved. But they have said sort of 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, and we put clauses. Yeah, we put clauses into the contract to say if it was over 10 weeks, and there's going to be additional penalties, for them to pay. So there's an incentive for them.
Alan and Louisa have a budget of £43,000 to spend on their loft conversion. The build will cost £38,000, leaving £5,000 for the decorating and fixtures and fittings. They also have a contingency fund of £2,000. They need to lower the ceiling of the first floor by 9 inches to create enough head height in the loft. In their new space, there'll be a huge master bedroom with double doors and railings, creating what's known as a Juliet balcony. There'll also be an ensuite shower room and, most importantly, a walk-in wardrobe for Louisa. This is no simple loft conversion, so Alan and Louisa have hired an experienced company, Absolute Lofts, for the project. And the main man in charge is Bob Phillips.
Most lofts we do are straightforward. Unfortunately, this one we have to pull the ceilings down. These, unfortunately, are probably 100 years old, so all the dirt and the dust from the 100 years have been sitting there, all the coal dust, brake dust from cars. As you pull the ceiling down, it's like working in a coal mine.
With the ceilings now gone...
1, 2, 3.
Bob and his team must insert 5 huge steels into the loft space to support the new floor.
This is probably the worst part of the job. You can see by the size of the steels, they're quite heavy. You can't have too many people, but you need enough people to be able to lift them and to be able to lift them with confidence and comfortably. Once the steel's in and the floor's in, everything really is straightforward, because you've got something that you can walk on and you feel safer, you feel more confident.
Because of the penalty clause in the contract, Bob is under pressure to get the build finished quickly, whatever the weather.
As soon as we start roofing, it always gets windy, but it is one of the hazards. But we've got scaffolding, we're quite safe up here, so we'll just carry on until one of us gets blown off the roof.
And Louisa decides to pay a surprise visit.
Oh my goodness. They've done loads. So that's obviously one of the new steels. And we've actually got a massive great hole in the roof. I just can't believe that they can do all this to a house and it actually not fall down around them. It doesn't look like a house, it looks a bit like a film set now. Can't wait for Alan to come and see it. He's going to get such a shock.
1, 2, 3. That's it, we're there.
There's still a huge amount of work to do to make the house habitable, but Bob and his team have certainly been quick out of the blocks.
It's getting dark, cold, everyone's tired, we want to go home. We've all been up since 5 o'clock this morning, but we're winning. Last about another 45 minutes to an hour, we're finished. Tarpaulin can go on and we're secure for the night.
So it's just over 2 weeks since the builders started work, and apparently they're pulling out all the stops. I'm here to find out just how they're getting on, but also to see what Alan and Louisa make of the work done so far.
That is amazing, isn't it? It's quite a bit of headroom though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fine, isn't it?
Enough headroom?
Yeah, easy enough. I mean, look, I'm wearing quite, well, not high heels, but you know what I mean. I've got heels on,
Yeah.
and I'm nowhere near it.
Good. So this is positive then?
Yeah, this is
definitely.
really impressive.
Excellent.
Alan and Louisa are nearly halfway through their project, and Bob the builder and his team are making excellent progress.
All the internal walls have been built. The guys have started insulating. Velux windows are all in and ready for more or less plasterboarding.
Bob's certainly motoring on. Ensuite bathroom is its lack of natural light, as it's in the middle of the loft space. But Bob's come up with an ingenious idea.
We've suggested that we put a roof dome in, and we've suggested we put an opening roof dome so they can open it and let a little bit of air come in. And Alan's seen it and he's over the moon with it.
With the shell of the loft now complete, the plasterers move in.
It's been going really well, actually. We've normally do this sort of size loft in 2 days, but obviously with the downstairs ceilings, we're probably going to go into a 3rd day.
The loft is certainly taking shape, and it's now possible to get a real sense of how the final room will look, including the head height.
The head height's a little bit lower than what we're used to, but, I mean, there is enough room here just, I suppose. Unless they've got a really bouncy bed, I think their head will be all right.
And as usual, Louisa can't resist coming to check out how things are going.
I think now it's been plastered, it feels even higher again, actually. It does feel really, really spacious up here. I mean, in modern builds, there isn't that much more than that anyway, really, in the headroom. So, good for the plasterers as well, you don't need ladders or anything. Everything's moved really quickly, which has been fantastic. But now it's sort of caught up with us a bit, and it's like, we'll make all these decisions. And it's like, oh my goodness.
It's thanks to Alan's penalty clause that things are moving so quickly, and the race is certainly on to finish in time.
I've got every confidence in them that they'll finish on time. I should have said that.
While building work is still ongoing, Alan and Louisa have managed to complete the highlight of the whole project, the loft suite.
It's beautiful. This looks ready to live in. It looks wonderful.
There's little things that aren't quite finished.
Got a beautiful view there. Looks wonderful, doesn't it? Oh, that is nice. Does it look even similar to how you imagined it?
I'd been putting this furniture into this room for about the last 4 months, I think.
Yeah.
So when we finally got it all together, I'm just really delighted with the way it's all sort of come together. So.
I bet you are. So all this suite now is ready to use, is it?
Well,
Yes, bar the bathroom.
Okay.
The plumbing's not in there yet, but everything else is.
Does it look like it's gonna look?
This is exactly how I saw it.
Is it? He's happy with this one.
Piece of the resistance. You ready?
Yeah, go. Ta-da! That looks fantastic. I'm trying to figure out why it looks so big, so I can see the return of it, but it's that light one, isn't it? Whose idea was that again?
That was actually Bob's. We can't take credit.
Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder.
It makes the whole ensuite look so much bigger.
Overall, it doesn't feel like a crammed space. I mean, the builders
Absolutely
really
not.
fought to make sure that it did feel as roomy as possible.
So, at the outset of this project, you did have issues over the dimensions. I mean, first of all, you had to lower the floor, for goodness sake. That's no small job.
No.
Are you happy with the head height you've got up here now?
We've got loads of space
Yeah.
there. That's fine.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely perfect, really. I mean, you know, doesn't feel too enclosed or anything like that. It feels nice and I think because it's so bright, it just doesn't feel crammed at all. So I've got no worries about it.
But of course, the final test is whether Baxter gives the loft conversion his thumbs up.
This property is going to make a massive difference to our whole lifestyle, the way that we live.
Hello, John. I am very proud of what we've achieved. The fact that we've put our stamp on it the whole way through. We've now got a property that we're going to stay here for at least 7-8 years. It's essentially our dream home.
It's definitely going to be worthwhile. I mean, to have this lovely property, 4 bedrooms, garden, it's really going to all be very much worthwhile.
Well, for Alan and Louisa, this project was always going to be a race against time, as they were paying 2 mortgages. They really couldn't afford to have any delays whatsoever. So it's a testament to them and their builders that they're now pretty much finished and are about to move into a home that they've not only improved upstairs, but they've renovated it pretty much from top to bottom.